Happy New Year, friends. It's been a while since I've been on this platform because, spending time with family, the holidays, and all that. But I thought I'd give you a quick spin around on some of the things that are going on in my Bay Area garden. Of course, I've got to start with my green stalks because they are probably the things that I'm paying most attention to. And as a result, they're doing the best, I think, in the garden. I've got all my winter vegetables, fall and winter vegetables. It's bok choy, and this, I believe, is finally turning out to be broccoli. Hasn't started to form a head yet, but any moment now. We've been having an extremely mild winter so far and hardly any frost. So my marigolds, my volunteer marigolds, are doing really well. They haven't died off. I've got lots of volunteer Chinese pink celery. Love this. It's, I think, a little bit milder form of celery, not as demanding as far as water goes as regular celery is, but it's really delicious. And you plant it once, you get volunteers forever. I've got some Roman chamomile. This is a perennial version of chamomile. The German chamomile tends to die off every year. I grow it as an annual sometimes, but I'm growing Roman chamomile, and that will be coming back every year, I hope, if I look after it. Yeah, I've got lots of different types of bok choy and tatsoi. This is milk bok choy. Look how white that stem is. And I've got tons of beets growing all over on my green stalks, and I've got peas, the quintessential fall or cool weather vegetable, growing everywhere. Now this is my direct seeded green stalk. Everything in here was direct seeded. I will put a link to that video below if you want to know how I did it. There are some tricks that you need to do to sow successfully and grow successfully in the green stalk when it comes to direct seeding. And one of the tricks is definitely this new seed house that they are selling. So you can see my carrot seedlings doing really well. They were protected from the winter cold, as well as they were protected from the leaves that fall from my oak trees above, which are stripped of all their leaves right now, and rain. All of that protects those things, and so they grow really well in those seed houses, and I'll remove them once they grow too big for it. But I've got also things like kale and beets and fenugreek and spinach, and arugula is growing really well. Lots of lettuce seedlings, cilantro. And I realized that I did not plant enough flowers in my green stalks, which is a big mistake. So I've been finding little sweet alyssum plants here and there in my garden, and I'm transplanting those into my green stalk. I think they look really pretty once they start cascading down. This green stalk is probably least further along because I am saving up a lot of pockets to grow strawberries when they come into season, when the plants come into our local nurseries. And I've got some that I pulled out from different parts of my garden, friends gave me. I've tucked those in, but I'm saving some of the pockets to grow strawberries in this entire tower. One thing that I found is strawberries, because they don't require as much water as a lot of other vegetables need, they tend to taste kind of watered down if you mix them with other vegetables and supply the same amount of water to all of them. So I'm going to be dedicating this to strawberries, mainly to see whether I can control the water and thereby get sweeter strawberries. The other problem that I had with strawberries last year is aphids. I mean, they were just devastating to my strawberries. So this year I just had pulled out all the plants and I've replanted them, keeping an eye on the aphids to make sure that they don't take over, and getting rid of any ants that I see, because aphids and ants, definitely disaster. And finally, this green stalk, just planted a bunch of random things. These are all sweet peas. They are very pretty sweet peas, a new variety that I'm growing from one of my friends on Instagram. She sent me seeds because I loved them so much. So I'm trying that out. And more fenugreek here. Beets again. This is purple lady bok choy. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love this. I'm actually growing it for seeds because I ran out. Yeah, what else? I've got Chinese broccoli. I've got, again, more pink celery, all volunteers from all over my garden. This is something called sweetheart cabbage, first time that I'm growing it. And this is, I think, some more wasabi radish. So, yeah, that's what's going on in all my green stalks. I hope your garden is doing well. And if you've got green stalks, I hope they're thriving with fall and winter vegetables.